Avoiding common mistakes with reduced relative clauses. Hello, language learners. Welcome to our latest lesson. Today, we're diving into a commonly misunderstood topic: reduced relative clauses. We'll take a look at the common mistakes learners make while reducing relative clauses and discuss strategies on how to avoid these errors. So, grab a pen and paper because you're about to step up your grammar game. Before we tackle the common mistakes, let's quickly review what a reduced relative clause is. In English, we use relative clauses to provide additional information about something without starting a new sentence. For example, the man who is standing there is my uncle. In a reduced relative clause, we remove certain words while still maintaining the meaning. Our sentence becomes, the man standing there is my uncle. Pretty neat, right? Now, let's look at the common errors we need to watch out for. Mistake 1. Confusing active and passive verbs. For example, in the sentence, the cake that was eaten by the dog, some learners incorrectly reduce it to the cake eaten the dog. The correct reduction is the cake eaten by the dog. Mistake 2. Forgetting that not all relative clauses can be reduced. Only relative clauses that contain the verbs be, have, or any verb in the progressive form, e.g., is eating, or running, can be reduced. So, a sentence like, the book that she loved so much, can't be reduced because it doesn't contain any of these verb forms. Mistake 3. Incorrectly reducing clauses with subject pronouns. For example, in the sentence, the woman who she saw was her teacher, we cannot remove she to reduce the relative clause. This would result in the woman saw was her teacher, which is incorrect. The correct sentence remains, the woman who she saw was her teacher. To avoid these mistakes, follow these guidelines. Guideline 1. Pay attention to verb forms. If the verb in the relative clause is passive or a form of be or have, it can likely be reduced. But remember, if it's an active verb, don't confuse the subject and the object. Guideline 2. Not all clauses can be reduced. If the clause doesn't contain the verbs be, have, or a progressive form, it's best to keep it as it is. Guideline 3. Watch out for subject pronouns in your clauses. If a subject pronoun is part of the relative clause, it cannot be removed in the reduction. And there you have it, learners. We've covered the common mistakes with reduced relative clauses and how to avoid them. Remember, mastering any language takes practice, so keep writing and speaking in English. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, as they are stepping stones on your path to fluency. Keep practicing, and you'll be reducing those relative clauses like a pro in no time.